Hi guys, Kirk and Jay here with Kirk, Giordano, Plastering. Got a tip for you guys on flashing below grade level. I get a lot of phone calls and emails saying, gee, Kirk, we have a problem. Our mudsill is below the grade. What do we do? I'm going to show you just a typical scenario that got quite a few different issues going on here. Okay, we got here about an hour ago. Now this plywood was setting on top of this, and if it's setting on top of the concrete, there's a couple things you can do, and then there's a couple things you can do better. One is you can take some polyurethane caulking, some really good stuff, and say for example, put a fat bead or a whole tube right here and hit it, put a drip screed in here, which is a lot of drip screeds. You got two different types. You got this kind of drip screed, which we call 36, and this is 66 technical, and then this is a 36. Okay, so if we put a lot of, say a whole tube of Sikaflex polyurethane caulking, we can set this in here. Now, the city inspectors will allow that. This is getting inspected. But rather than do that, I suggested that they pull this piece of plywood off. And what we did is we just took, now this is kind of a drag guys, but it's got to be done. If you have a jackhammer, 5 minutes will jackhammer that off. We didn't have that luxury, so we used the old hammer, and it works much better to have a sludge, and you just pop it right off. Now what we want to do is, here's the mud sill. We want to protect that mud sill. And if you look over here, now the existing house has the stucco down to the foundation with no weep screed because the house was built prior to 1975. We didn't start even using these till about 1980, the weep screeds. So what we need to do is we need to put this back together, and for cosmetic purposes, we've got to match this. If we put this way up here and then the house is down to the bottom, it's going to be a complete eyesore. So what we try to do is blend cosmetics into codes. Real important, guys. That's why they hire us. All right, just for an example here, I'm using it. This is a heavy gauge metal, and I just happen to have it on my truck. So what I'm going to do is I want to protect the mud sill. This piece of concrete is coming out, so it should have been out prior, but it's not. So what we do is we work around it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to slide this in here. Now I only need about that much, 2 inches technically. So I'll slide this. I'll slide it where I think is good enough, and then I'm going to bend it up. As I bend it up, I'm going to tack it in with the gun. Now what we do is we keep doing that because it is above grade. So we do here, here, here. Now there we got this done. I'm going to show you something else because it's on the same plane. Now here it's right on the foundation, and we tried to break that out but it wouldn't work. So we can slide a piece of metal under it like so and bend it upward. Now it's under it, and we bend that upward. Now, can water still get in here? Absolutely. Will it get in here? Absolutely. So what we do then is I'm going to sacrifice some of my textured polyurethane caulking, and we put a fat bead of caulking right here. Now this caulking is the best you can buy. It will not allow water to get in there, and you get what you pay for, guys. This is not that cheap interior stuff. This is the best. Now I left one little spot to show you guys. If you don't cut it long enough, not a big deal. Slide another piece in there. Slide this one in here because we have a lot of metal and things in there that are in our way. Now we take that and put it like so. Last thing I'm going to show you guys, okay, this is below ground. So our mud sill is below the current foundation, the current concrete, and I do get calls of this often. Here's the existing. Notice it was done proper. Over here, this weep was set way below the mud sill. That's how it should be. Then you come upon this right here. I haven't even dealt with this, but we're going to get into that. we take this and we fix this little corner because we had a chunk of concrete. Then all of this metal is bent right back where it originally was. That'll actually take me 10 minutes to do. But so I'll do that later. Here's a question I get. Folks say, well, gee, we went ahead and we put the flashing down, and whether or not it's tin or a heavy galvanized like what I keep on my truck, that's fine. Either one works. The question is, should I still use a weep screed? And the answer is you could if you bury it. Say like if I put this weep screed down to here, that'll work, but you'll still see this edge. And or if I go to this 36, same weep screed's a weep screed, just different name. If I put this here, it's going to look like crap too. So all we're going to do, guys, is we're going to take our paper now and go to here. And when they break this out, they can put their new foundation in, and they'll put a screed here, some type of expansion. So I wanted to point that out. Now the next stage for us is paper. So when you folks email me about, gee, Kirk, we have our foundation or mudsill way below the concrete, how do you handle it? I can show you about 10 or 15 different ways to handle it, all proper. So I've seen some folks take paper and go under it, but you'd rather use metal. It's permanent. So now what we do is we take our new paper and we're going to fasten it just like this, as you see me do all the time. Tack it down, blah, blah, and go all the way around. And that waterproofs this area here, the mud seal. Very technical stuff, and inspectors always look at this. If you do it wrong, the mud seal will rot out quick. So do it right. Anyway, thought I'd point this out because I do receive so many calls, and people send me pictures all the time. It's like, gee, guys, I've got about 3 different videos of explaining different scenarios. This is just one more scenario and another way of how to repair that area. Anyhow, my name is Kirk, Jason on the camera. We thank you for watching, and as usual, we'll see you guys on the next one. Once again, folks, we thank you for watching, and I really enjoy all your comments.
If you guys like this video, please click the like button down below, and also if you enjoy what we do, subscribe to our channel so we can keep making these videos for you.
My name is Kirk.
And Jay.
We thank you for watching, and from the entire Giordano family, we'll see you on the next one.